baseball fans, and welcome. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
Philadelphia Phillies.
So just about set now. And towing the slab in this one, Aaron Nola. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, this guy's coming off a season where fell short of 200 strikeouts, which is kind of the ultimate for pitchers to get to that level. And it just tells you how nasty his stuff is, but it also leaves a little bit on the table for him to come out this season and make sure that he gets over that number so that he can go into the offseason feeling like I'm in a pretty special group.
Popped up. Stop. And there's one away. And time now for the Marlins lineup. They're facing a pitcher today who's prone to giving up homers, so we'll see. We might get some big swings here today.
Yeah, I think the key, though, and the reason why he gives up those homers is that guys are locking in, they're aggressive, and they have a high confidence level. So I think if that's the approach these hitters take, with the stuff he's got there on the mound, yeah, there's a good chance that there'll be some balls that fly a long way. But you can't get too big in your swing. Otherwise, you'll be really frustrated after this one.
Jesus Sanchez at the plate now. That's ball one.
I think one of my favorite things about Nola is his consistency, Boog. I mean, we talk about his strikeout numbers and everything else, but the fact he's able to produce the way he does, start after start, makes him a valuable piece for any team he plays for.
There's a strike at the knees, and it's 2-1. And that clips the inside corner. Hit on the ground to the right side. Slides for the stop. Gathers and throws, and they get the out.
Just so impressed with the movement on that play. Footwork was excellent. The arm strength was there. And, of course, the most important part was getting the out.
Two outs, base is empty. And at the plate for Miami, Connor Norby. And that's downstairs. Ball one. And a strike on the outside edge.
Well, he left that changeup up. Got away with one there, and he'll take it, but doesn't want to make that mistake again.
And that skips in the dirt. That one is absolutely belted. And one hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. To second, pulls him off the bag.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get enough air under to drive it out of here, but you'll take that swing and that result every time.
And up next for Miami, David Fry.
He's been tearing it up at the plate recently. Currently owns a 7-game hitting streak.
And the first pitch misses for ball one.
Well, you always want to come out in the first inning, try to put something up on the board. It's a big 2-out double right there. See if the cleanup man can drive him in and put a tally up there on the board.
The pitch. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And that is that. One left for Miami. So now the Phillies offense will see what they can do. No score. Major League Baseball is on the show. And we're back. Today's starting pitcher, Edward Cabrera.
Yeah, ZRA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Trey Turner.
Trey Turner.
Fouled off left side. Now the 0-1. Right side, hard hit. Handles, throws to first. One up, one down. And time now for the Phillies lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Bryson Stott stands in here, takes ball one low. Missed with a changeup, and now 2-0. And a big swing and a miss.
2-1.
Next offering is fouled back. Comes a 2-2. Stays alive. One down, base is empty. This one lifted in the air, left field. Konai brings it in, and there's 2 down.
Batting third, first baseman.
Here comes Bryce Harper.
Harper.
And a curve is down and in. 2 out, space is empty. And another ball. Fastball is outside. And he pumps it a strike.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
Two down, nobody on. Ball 4, tried another curve but couldn't locate it.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Harper leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Next pitch is outside. 2-0.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
And that is out of play. Two outs. That one finds the zone, and the count is even 2-2. Cut on and miss, struck him out, and that is that. Phillies strand 1. We played an inning, no score. Back at Citizens Bank Park, second inning set to go. And now the first baseman, Kyle Stowers. Nola back to work. That clips the corner.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
That's
ball, that's
off
off the plate.
the inside edge. And the count is 1-2. And that's in the dirt. Fly ball down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. That misses the zone, and it's 3-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
So digging in, Dane Myers. Breaking ball through there for a strike. In the air, right side. And that's a fair ball. Lead runner around second. Headed for the plate. The relay slides his hand in there. Save. And it's 1-0.
Comes through with the RBI. With a pitch away, that's exactly what you want to do with it. Drive it the other way. And right there, just barely able to keep it fair down the line for the double.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Griffin Conine, the next up for the Marlins. First pitch doesn't find the zone. No outs. Runner on second. Swinging a foul straight back. And that misses. And it's 2-1. Next offering is outside. That one clips the outside corner. 3-2 now. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Runner in scoring position. Nobody out. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. On the ground. Stop. To first. 1 out in the second.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. It's early, but you still want to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
In the air, left field, down the line, and a foul ball. That one is upstairs. Assigned to home plate duty is Ricky Holiday.
Boog, and something I've heard players saying about Ricky's strike zone is how he will call the high strike. That could be something that's tough to deal with, especially if you've got a pitcher out there coming at you with high velocity.
That one missed.
In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. That's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
Fouls one off. 2-2. Nola fires. That one the other way. And a base hit knocks in a run.
We don't see this a whole lot anymore where hitters with 2 strikes are willing to shorten up, tighten up, and try to hit the ball back up the middle other way. He was trying to hit that hole, I believe. Very good at bat with 2 strikes.
And now for the Marlins, Graham Pauley. That missed by a lot, and it's 1-0. Man at first, 1 away. Outside low, 2-1. Swings through that one out in front that time. Next offering is down low.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself in the scoring position. Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle, so I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Back to the top of the Miami order. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Otto Lopez. First time up was a pop out. And a foul ball. And a strike. Hicks, the runner at first with 2 gone. Lifted in the air, right field. Makes the catch, and that'll do it. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Marlins 2 and the Phillies nothing. Welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the catcher, JT Realmuto. Hard ground ball, base 9. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Runner takes off. Pitching for a strike. Throw to second. Ow!
Well, this is a real momentum killer after the leadoff single. Tried to steal second base on the first pitch. Defense was all over it. Nicely done from behind the plate with the catch and throw. Then a quick tag before he reaches the base.
Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 0-2.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
And now 1-2.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
A little tardy on that fastball. He's going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Nick Castellanos at the plate now.
He's done a great job making contact recently. 10 hits in his last 5 games.
First pitch misses. Hit softly on the ground to third, and foul ball. And right back to the mound. On to first. That ends the inning. Down quickly go the Phillies. They trail things here 2-0. Welcome back.
Leading
And
off
coming
for
off
the
a series
Marlins,
where the
right
pitching
fielder,
was
Jesus
outstanding.
Sanchez.
We take a look at those numbers. That breaking ball drops in for a strike.
You know, these Marlins doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
The other way, boom. One up, one down.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple
Now
effect
batting,
of that high pitch
designated
count might
hitter,
set them up to do more
Norby.
damage later in this game.
Now it's the DH, Connor Norby. Doubled his first time. Norby starting as the designated hitter, hitting third in the lineup, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Smoked on the ground to second. Stott over to first in time. 2 up, 2 down. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't
Up
been
next,
very
for the
efficient in
Marlins,
terms of the
third
pitch
baseman,
count. He's
David
going to need to
Fry.
get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. 2 down, base is empty. Now the third baseman, David Fry. He's 0 for 1. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. The next pitch misses, and that's ball 2. Foul ball there.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
And down on strikes he goes. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for the Marlins, but they're on top 2-0. Set for the bottom of the third. Here's the third
For the
baseman,
Phillies,
Alec Bohm.
Third baseman, Alex Bohm.
And takes low for ball 1. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
And there's a ball. Bottom of the zone and a called strike. That one not close, and the count is filled up. Hard hit left side. Tosses to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Batting ninth, left fielder, Max Kepler.
Now batting Max Kepler. Kepler with a homer in his last game. Right through there for a strike. Breaking ball misses down and away. Just missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
On the ground at first, Stowers takes it himself, and 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the 3rd.
Now batting, shortstop, Trey Turner.
Here's Turner now. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. The shortstop takes the ball.
1-0.
Next offering in there for a strike. And a count even 1-1. Cut on and lifted in the air. Konai makes the play, and it's out number 3. As we go to the top of the 4th, and at the plate for Miami, Kyle Stowers. There's the strike.
Backdoored him with the breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
On the ground, right side. And that's a fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Myers will hit next. He doubled home a run in his first AB.
Ball 1.
This one in the dirt.
Counts 1-0.
Hit in the air, right field. Nabs it. Runner tags at second. The throw in. And he makes it up to 3rd with 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Griffin Konai.
Griffin Konai, the next up for the Marlins.
I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone here. Pitcher's looking for a strikeout or a ground ball, hoping to keep that runner at 3rd.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. And that one fouled off. 1 away with a runner at 3rd. Top half of inning number 4. And that one missing low. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Breaking ball in there, got him looking. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Hicks in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Line drive, base hit. In comes the run from 3rd. And it's an RBI single, and they lead by 3.
puts a run on the board and picks
Now
up an
batting, second
RBI.
baseman,
Pretty much a
Graham
model swing
Pauley.
on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Runner at first with 2 away. Graham Pauley, the next up for the Marlins. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1. Hicks off of first with 2 away.
Ball, that's out.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Some bullpen action for Philadelphia. Joe Ross up and throwing. Kirkering, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And a foul ball. He stays alive. Two outs. Started after it. Appeal to third. And he held back, according to Dave Lawrence. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boog. That keeps this
Now
inning
batting,
alive, puts a runner into
shortstop,
scoring
Otto
position,
Lopez.
and a chance for this offense to add on to their lead.
So the lineup flips over. Otto Lopez, the next up for the Marlins. 0 for 2 in this one. The shortstop
0-1, no
takes the
strike.
ball. First and second, 2 down. And that one is inside.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
2 on, 2 outs.
Hey.
Pulls that one foul. And this gets away from Real Muto.
Looked like that four-seamer just kept rising on him, and he couldn't get the mid up in time to catch it. Kind of makes me wonder if that was a cross-up or maybe just way more run than he was expecting. Either way, should have had it.
Two outs, 2 in scoring position. And he grounds one to the right side. Harper takes it himself. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here in Philadelphia, John Chubby and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Bryson Stott. And ball 1.
1-0.
He swings and fouls one off. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Not close with that one. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at 96. Struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Oh, that high four-seam fastball has become such a great pitch for pitchers to finish hitters off. They're trying to stay back with 2 strikes, make sure that they can handle something off speed, and just with good spin rate, good rotation through the zone, elevate it a little bit, get a lot of swings and misses, and that's a really nice job right there.
And it's through for a hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Up next for the Phillies,
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Struck out swinging his first time. Just missed. And that's in for a strike. The Marlins leading by 3. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Yeah, that's fouled off. Swings and misses, struck him out. And now it is JT Realmuto. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That just misses. Ball 1.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
So now 1 and 2.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good. And then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Line drive. And a base hit. And now 1st and 2nd with 2 outs.
That's back-to-back singles for him. So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence.
And now the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. And that's in there for a strike. Little slider that finds the mark. Harper on 2nd. Realmuto on at 1st with 2 down.
Ball. I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Out to short. They get the force, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Phillies leave a couple. They trail in this one 3-0.
Now pitching.
We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Joe Ross.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Leading off for the Marlins.
Now it's the right fielder, Jesus Sanchez. That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
1-1.
In the air, right field. Castellanos makes the play, and there's 1 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Connor Norby.
Connor Norby getting ready to hit. 1 for 2. That one's in there. It's 0-1. 1 out, bases empty. Next offering is in for a strike.
2 pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And now 2 gone.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Fry up to hit for the 3rd time as he lays off inside. Ball 1. Ripped on a line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that's the 3rd out. Miami down in order, but they lead at 3-0. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Here's Nicholas Castellanos. Cabrera back to work. There's a strike.
Well, these Phillies just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going. Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have runners in scoring position because they put themselves there.
And first offering is fouled off.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Got him swinging.
Now batting.
Max Kepler at the plate. Rounded out his first time.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low. Throwing the ball very well right now.
A changeup missing, and that's ball 1.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
Outside with a breaking ball. That one lifted to left. Konai makes the play, and that is that. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. It's the Marlins 3 and the Phillies nothing. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Not even close there. 1-0. Stowers measures 6 feet 2 inches. 27 years old. Usually in the outfield, but today he's starting at first.
1-1.
The 1-1.
Always concerns me a little bit making that move from the outfield to first base. Just how you work that bag. Don't want to have a collision with the base runner.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got him looking, and he didn't like the call. Dane Myers, the next up for the Marlins.
Dane Myers.
There's a strike. Myers checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. And he went around according to Darryl Parker. One down, base is empty. To the right side. Harper steps on the bag. 2 quick outs to open the
Up
top of the
next,
6th.
for the Marlins, left fielder Griffin Conine.
2 outs, base is empty. Griffin Conine, the next up for the Marlins. Going 1. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. The next offering misses. And 1-1. That's a little bit low. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger. And perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at-bat to hit.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2
Now
pitch, and I tell you what, he
Liam
earned that
Hicks.
walk.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Liam Hicks. Squirts away a little bit. Goes to second. Save! And he's into scoring position with 2 away on a wild pitch.
No, Boog, not exactly making him earn it right now with the walk and now a wild pitch. He's going to need to find a way to refocus out there, get back in the strike zone before this unravels on him.
Pitch is in there. And the count 1-1. That one missed. That's in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still manages a throw, and that is that. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Marlins 3 and the Phillies nothing. Back here in Philadelphia, and the batter will be the shortstop, Trey Turner. Strike on the inside corner. Signs of activity in the pen for the Marlins. Anthony Bender getting loose out there. Tinoco also getting ready. Next offering is downstairs. Swing and a miss as he was late.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Gets a piece and stays alive. And a swing and a miss. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him
Now
on
batting,
base.
And the
second
defense
baseman,
breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Stop. Up
That's
for the
the ball.
3rd time here. Watches that one miss.
1-0.
Swing and a foul out of play. On the ground right side. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Up next for the Phillies, first baseman, Bryce.
2 down, base is empty. And here's the first baseman, Bryce Harper.
A walk, and he's also single.
That's in there. 0-1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and Harper is gone. Phillies go down quietly in the inning. They trail it here 3-0.
Now pitching
Out of
for
the
the
bullpen
Phillies,
for the Phillies,
Number
Orion
50.
Kerkering. He's been so good against
Orion
lefties.
Kerkering.
And now for the
Leading
Marlins,
off for
Graham
Miami,
Pauley.
second
He
baseman,
is struck
Graham
out, and he
Pauley.
is walked. That
Count
misses
1-0.
the zone, and it's 1-0. Fastball for a strike. The 1-1 is upstairs. Now 2 balls and a strike.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go
Oh,
by.
that's low.
And downstairs. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much
Up
gifted in
next
first
for
base
the
with a
Marlins,
quick free
shortstop,
pass.
Otto Lopez.
So a man aboard. Now it's the shortstop, Otto Lopez. 0 for 3 in this one. Runner takes off. Swing at a high fly ball. That's out to center. Marsh racing over to make the catch.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing
Now
football.
batting, right fielder,
Jesus Sanchez. The next up for the Marlins. That's a strike thanks to the sweeper. Stirring in the Phillies bullpen, Jordan Romano getting ready to go. Banks warming up as well. Pauley leads off first with 1 away.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Next pitch inside. 2-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Strike 3 went back to the sweeper. He got the strikeout.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished.
Designated hitter,
Right down the middle,
Norby.
just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
Connor Norby now at the plate. 1 for 3. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Now batting, third baseman, David Fry.
Now here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, David Fry. That's in there. Strike 1. First and second, 2 down. Here in the top half of inning number 7. That's off the inside corner, and the count is 1-1. And there's a ball.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
2 outs. This one popped up right side. Harper has a beat on it. He's got it, and that is that. Marlins strand a pair, but they lead it 3-0.
Now pitching for
We're
Miami.
back in a new pitcher here to start the
Number
bottom of the
43,
7th. Andrew Nardi.
Andrew Nardi.
And Kyle Schwarber will
Leading
come up.
off
Who's
for
0 for
the
2 with a pair of
Phillies,
strikeouts.
designated hitter,
He's not going to get cheated
Kyle
up there.
No, he's not.
Schwarber.
He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
And
That's
that
a
one
ball.
missing low.
Ball 1, no strike.
That misses
Ball
the
2.
zone. 2 balls, no strikes.
Struggled a little
No
bit in
strike.
this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
And another
That's ball
ball.
3.
So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it could be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
That just came apart right there.
Now
4-pitch
batting,
walk,
catcher,
and guys, the play was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
And now it's JT Realmuto. He's 2 for 2. That one fouled off.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Late on that fastball.
Don't play
No ball,
situation
2
here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
Runner at first with no outs here. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Now batting.
Here's the center fielder,
Brandon
Brandon
Marsh.
And that is out of play. The Fish leading by 3 here at the bottom of the 7th.
Hey, 2.
Next pitch is outside. This to center field. Myers coming on. Hauls it in after a long run. And there's 2 away.
That's just a really nice catch on the
Now
run right
batting,
there. He's saved
right
extra
fielder,
bases for
Nick
sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll
Castellanos.
give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Andrew Nardi out of the game. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for
New
Miami.
pitcher for the Marlins,
Number
Anthony
37,
Bender.
Anthony Bender.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Nick Castellanos. That's off the mark, and that is ball 1.
1-0.
Schwarber off of first with 2 away. And a foul ball.
Let's
Late swing fouled off. And a ball evens the count.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
And here comes Alec Bohm. That's outside. And that's ball 1. Two aboard, 2 outs. And there's the strike. Next pitch downstairs. Now 2 balls and a strike. This ball's chopped on the ground. Tosses to first, and that's the inning. Phillies leave a couple. Still down 3-0.
Yeah, I do. I do it often. If we ain't talking money, we ain't talking.
Now pitching.
Welcome
for the
back,
Phillies.
and a new arm on the mound to start
Number
the 8th.
58.
Tanner Banks.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And at the plate for
Leading off
Miami,
for the
Kyle
Marlins,
Stowers.
First baseman, Kyle Stowers.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
And a slider catches the zone. Right side, and it falls. And the leadoff man aboard. Dane Myers, the next up for the Marlins. Just missed. The 1-0. And a breaking ball misses outside. Right through there for a strike.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
Clips the corner. And now 2-2. Good job to fight that one off. Nobody out. Runner at first. And that one missing inside a sharp slider. On the ground to first. Could be 2. There's one. Out. On to first. Double play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
So up next, Griffin Conine. In the air, right field. And it falls. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a long...
That ends the inning, so we take a break. Marlins lead 1, but they're on top by a count of 3-0.
pitching for
Back
Miami.
now, new pitcher on the mound as
Number
we roll
38.
into the bottom of the 8th. Jesus Tinoco. Max Kepler stands in for the Phillies.
Left fielder.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Fought off foul. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Quick work on the 3-pitch strikeout right there. Started him with the slider in the zone to jump ahead, then sped him up with the fastball for strike 2. And at that point, you can go a lot of different directions. He put him in the rocking chair by going back to the slider, this time out of the zone, and got in the chase for the punch-out.
Trey Turner at the plate. There's a strike.
0-1's the count.
Base is empty, one away. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Hit on the ground to short. Tosses across to first. Turner is out.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
This is Bryson Stott, 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. And that's down and away. That clips the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. But it kicks foul. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 2 down, nobody on. On the ground to third, Fry. Over to first, and the Phillies are set down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Through 8 full, it's the Marlins 3 and the Phillies nothing. New inning getting started. Now it's the second baseman, Graham Pauley. Banks back to work. And first offering is fouled off. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Marsh moves under it. Makes the catch for the out.
Up next for the Marlins, shortstop Otto
Now it's
Lopez.
the Marlins leadoff hitter, Otto Lopez. First pitch, and he just misses. Some bullpen action for Philadelphia. Jordan Romano up and loosening in the pen. And that's in for a strike. And it's 1-1. Foul ball. Line drive, and that's base hit out into left center field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Now batting, right fielder.
Down the
Jesus
number 2 hitter, Jesus Sanchez. 0 for 4, 2 ground outs, a fly out, and a strikeout. Out towards right center field. Marsh sizing this one up. Puts it away for the out. 2 down.
Now batting, designated hitter Connor Norby.
So man aboard, Connor Norby, the next up for the Marlins. Inside, just missed. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
One ball, one strike.
Lopez leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Hard on the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So 1 hit is all they get. Hard of the order, 3, 4, 5 will get their shot in the bottom of the ninth. It's the Marlins 3 and the Phillies nothing.
Now pitching for
Welcome
Miami.
back, and here comes the
Number
closer,
33.
Hunter Gaddis.
I can't imagine
Gaddis.
any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard,
Leading off
and you know
for
those
the
hitters are going to
Phillies.
give you the best
First
at-bats they can.
baseman,
So
Bryce
it's always high
Harper.
stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
The pitch. Harper in the box now. No balls and a strike. Gaddis, the tall righty, 260 pounds, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2019.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off-speed away.
Goes down looking.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come
Up
in
next
and
for the
close the
Phillies,
door, cancel any hope that
Kyle
opponent has in making some
Schwarber.
type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
Schwarber, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. The Phillies trailing by 3. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. In for a strike. 0-2 now. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining.
This is definitely what a team
Now
likes to see out of their
batting,
closer.
catcher,
Come in and
J.T.
just destroy
Here we go.
all hope. First 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. See if he can strike out the side.
Real Muto stands in here. Tried to hold back
0-1.
his swing there, but went around. On a line, base hit.
Now batting, center fielder.
So 2
Brandon
down.
Marsh.
Brandon Marsh stands in for the Phillies. And that drops in for a strike. They're down to their final strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Next offering misses down and away.
1 ball,
The
2 strikes.
Marlins
Down.
trying to close out a 3-run lead here in the last half of inning number 9. Got him, and that's the ball game.
It's always nice to grab the opener of a series. You come into a new ballpark, and just sometimes things aren't as comfortable as what you've been used to. The mound doesn't look straight. The background isn't what you like, but they didn't let any of those things distract them. In fact, they looked like they were playing a home game. Excellent job to set the tone for this series.
The shutout in this one, 3-0 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long